the key changes for 2021 is the reduction in personal income tax. This will actually affect a person who is earning 50,000, right, and above. So if let's say you're earning 50,000 ringgit a year of chargeable income, you'll be allowed a 1% reduction in personal income. So your tax savings is about 200 ringgit, up to 200 ringgit per year. This is for 2021 onwards. So the first thing is a lifestyle relief. You get a 2,500 tax relief. That's the same thing in 2021. Right, but what happens in 2021, they expanded it to actually include subscription paid for electronic newspapers. The second thing is sport-related expenses. This is something new this year. So if, let's say, you're purchasing sports equipment, you are going to sports facilities, and then you're participating in sports competition, claim additional 500 ringgit. In terms of medical treatment and special needs and carers for parents has been increased substantially to 8,000 ringgit in 2021. The fourth item that we find is key is a disabled spouse. So there is an increased tax relief amount of 5,000 ringgit for 2021. The fifth one is self-education fees. The next part is medical expenses for taxpayer, spouse, and children. In 2021, that has been increased to 8,000 ringgit, and that includes full 1,000 ringgit of full medical checkup. The next item would be fees paid to registered childcare centers. So in 2021, this has been increased to 3,000 ringgit. And in terms of domestic tourism, it's a new tax relief in 2021. So you'll be able to claim a tax relief amount of up to 1,000 ringgit. And this applies to this year, and also next year. Yeah, so the next thing is actually on the income tax exemption on compensation for loss of employment. So in 2021, the affected parties will be able to get 20,000 of tax relief for every full year of service. The next one is actually PRS, and then what they did is they extend the exemptions until 2025. And the next one is actually the extension of period for contributions to net savings in SSPN that extended it for 2 more years.
And then the PRS might be aware that EPF actually reduced the employer portion of the contribution rate for second half of this year to 7% from 11% for 2021 onwards. Is that they revised it to 9% from 11%. But this will mainly affect individual whose age is below 60. EPF allowed the contributor to withdraw funds from their account one. Next is on stamp duty exemptions for the first residential property. The 20,000 tax incentive for newly set up business only limited to Sendirian Berhad, whose payout is less than 2.5 million, sales less than 50 million, and have to set up between July 20 to December 2021. Now they expand the scope to include LLP or PLT as well. If any of you are running like a sole prop or enterprise or freelancing, perhaps this is it's time to think of setting up a Sendirian Berhad for both tax planning purposes as well as future business growth.